Good morning and welcome to Lilleshall. We're due to move on now to the Compound Men Open Gold match between David Bramley and Jamie Harris.
The archers are just getting positioned in front of their targets, having their equipment where they want it.
Again, I think this is going to be a close match. During the 72-hour arrow qualifying, David top scored with 654 and Jamie was second with 650. So you'll see with Jamie that adaptations have been made due to his disability with his release aid. And he has his coach Andy Rikonenko in the box, and David has his wife.
Who's probably spent a lot of time with David down at the practice at the club and also out at competitions, so she'll pretty much know his shot inside out.
That's a nice opening arrow.
Look very strong on that. Jamie, you can see his release aid now, he's in that full draw position. That's the biggest adaptation that Jamie's got, with his release aid being incorporated into a sleeve, and then his arms quite far back to get that position.
It seems over the last couple of matches maybe the wind has just moved a little. Initially it was blowing left to right, but it seems to be pushing the archers over to the left now. And slightly high, so again they've come out of a quite dull indoor range.
And quite cool down in the indoor range. That's probably the biggest thing, is the temperature difference. So that could be why some of the arrows are going a little bit high. The wind is very minimal. I'd be surprised if this wind was making arrows go out into the 8.
Well, I just have to wait and see what happens. Obviously, both of them will talk to their coaches. And both of these archers have been on the AstroTurf this year before.
Yep.
For the first selection shoot, where Jamie was very close to winning a spot to go away.
Yep.
Again, he's one of the archers to maybe watch in the future. He's progressing very well.
And you saw Jamie there just adjusting his sight, so he's obviously quite confident in his shots that he's just done, that they were nice shots, and he's just moved his sight. So we'll see where his first arrows go. There can be differences between fields, and it is quite dramatic going from an indoor range to an outdoor range and not getting any practice.
And the thing is, it will the actual light plays quite a big effect with a compound. If it's dull up at the target, you do struggle to see. So coming out here is going to make their sight picture look completely different. So David to shoot first as the scores are tied. Still out on the left hand side.
But he's got that height. Again, still out on the left, but at a good height.
That's more central, just out of the 10 ring at 12 o'clock.
And Dave looked really strong during that shot. He's really got a nice, powerful shot. It's always nice when your arrows group, and Dave's put 2 there practically next to each other, so he'll enjoy seeing that shadow on the target.
He'll be confident about moving his sight on that. Okay. So Jamie, just a quick glance back at his coach. Obviously wants some feedback as to whether the shots look good.
And sometimes getting used to the fact that you don't have a spotting scope in a finals match and you have a TV screen in front of you. There have been some issues today of seeing those screens, so Jamie could actually maybe be struggling a little bit to see where his arrows are going, so he's looking for his coach's feedback just to reassure where his arrows are and what he needs to focus on for the next end.
And that's where the coach's advice is invaluable, because you have to make quick decisions in a finals match, otherwise it's over before you know it. So just a 1-point match at the moment. David leading Jamie 53 to 52. Again, if you look at both target faces, not any arrows below the centre of the target. So Jamie to start. Just out of the 10, that's a good adjustment from Jamie. Dave still in the same area of the target.
Cool. Again, it's been marked as a 9, but very close to that 10 score. There is a bit of a wind picking up. There's some wind coming through to where we're sat at the moment, which is behind the archers inside the shutters. I think Jamie's just clipped that one, so 1 out of the 3 have just clipped that 10, so that's probably one of those frustrating ends there where you're a millimetre out on 2 arrows. But he got that 3rd. And Dave just going a bit wide. Again, he's just checking his bow over now, making sure everything's tight.
And still only 2 points in it. So Dave's on 78 points to Jamie's 80 points. So as we saw earlier,
it can flip around within 1 arrow. You're back to a tied score and then changing over again. So these guys have shot against each other and they're quite equal in their match wins against each other through the academy and competition season, so they're not strangers to shooting with each other. They'll both be knowing that they need to hit the middle or they'll take advantage.
so both of them just thinking about where they need to aim, running their shot process through their heads. David to open up this 4th end. again, David back in the group at sort of 10, 11 o'clock in the 9 ring.
He seemed to be at full draw for quite a long time than he would usually be there, so just making sure everything's set, and let's see how he does this one. It's a lovely shot.
Yeah, much better.
Nice and strong when he came through that one. Sometimes taking your time and just then engaging in your execution.
And Jamie just seems to be moving around a little bit during execution. So tied score, 4 arrows to go.
He just pulled a little bit, he didn't like that one.
See if Jamie can capitalise.
Cool, again, Jamie's liking these line cutters today.
It's too close to call. I think it could possibly have clipped the line. So we'll wait and see what the judge decides. If it has caught the line, then Jamie will go into the last end with a 1 point advantage.
So the field's nearly clear for us to shoot these last 3 arrows. And I think that last shot of Dave's has just got to him a little bit. He's just needs to focus now. He knows how to shoot, so he just needs to clear his mind a little bit and have a nice strong shot here, and he'll get that confidence back.
Okay, still high. Dave has only got 1 arrow below the centre line. Nice shot from Jamie. Now takes a 3-point lead with 2 arrows to go. Again, slightly high, slightly left. David's not been moving his sight as much as he should. 7 from Jamie.
So
1 point.
1 point. Dave needs a good shot here, and so you can see from the target face there on that, the majority are in that quarter of arrow holes are in that quarter of the target face.
Fantastic shot from Jamie to close out the match and take the win. So 133 to maybe 130 or 131, dependent on whether David's arrow's called in. So that wraps up the compound matches this morning, and shortly we'll be moving on to the recurve open categories.
Yeah.